Hello, everybody. Welcome to me, Fit and Lean. I like doing that. Okay. Well, today is Weigh-In Wednesday, and I know everybody's disappointed because I didn't weigh myself last week. But I'm just getting over a really bad cold, and I had so much phlegmy phlegm. I've never had so much phlegm in my life, but it wasn't COVID. It wasn't COVID because it was with COVID you get a dry cough. And ironically, when I had COVID, when I did test positive for COVID, I didn't have any cough at all. I just thought I had the flu. I had no cough with COVID. Ironically, I don't know why. And that was January of 2022. So, but I'm just getting over an infection, and I'm worried that my weight will not be where I want it to be. But the good news is I didn't have dessert on Sunday because I was traveling. So Sunday I hardly ate anything on Sunday. But then on Monday I had to go to McDonald's because I couldn't afford a real place. Actually, I wanted to eat at a local diner when I was up in Luray. As y'all know, see my other channel where I was in Luray. And the diners there are not terribly expensive. It's just that McDonald's happened to be the most convenient thing. So I went to McDonald's and got 2 cheeseburger meal with fry and a large sweet tea. Now that would have been fine if that's all I ate, but then I came home and I was really hungry, so I had about 3 lobster cakes. And then so that I would total the calories about 2,300 at least, and all I had was 2 meals, but I didn't have any dessert. And then yesterday, the nurse was here and I couldn't get down to the kitchen, so I had to order DoorDash. And on DoorDash, I got my favorite meal from a local Greek restaurant, which is a fish sub and some fries. And that's a mistake. I had French fries. Well, usually I just have a baked potato with it. So that's mistake number 2. And then let's see. Yesterday, I had a tuna fish sandwich for supper, and then I did have some chocolate. But the worst thing, folks, is I haven't exercised at all this week. The last time I exercised was last Monday when I was starting this awful cold. So today, we're going to see how much I weigh. And what I'm hoping for, folks, is I'm 281. Because if I'm 281, it means that I lost a pound. And if I'm not 281, oh my goodness, I don't know, folks. I should have been 280 2 weeks ago. This is really ridiculous. But everybody's going to say that, well, you still eat too much. And it just drives me nuts because I do not eat enough to be this heavy. That's why I'm very frustrated. Now, if I were eating 3,000 calories a day, I could understand why I weigh 280 pounds. But because I'm not eating enough to be this fat, it really means I have a terrible metabolism. My thyroid is probably terrible. And I'm over 40. I don't think that has anything to do with it, folks, because there are a lot of people over 40 and they don't necessarily gain weight all of a sudden either. Folks, I don't know what to do. Anyway, we're going to step on the scale, see what I weigh today. It won't be pretty, but let's just get it over with, folks, and see what the results are. Here we go. I don't believe what I'm saying. 280.2. Well, I'm not doing my happy dance yet, folks, but this is good. This is not too bad. 280.2. I'm almost 280. No party yet, because I'm not below 280, so no party, but okay, 280.2, I can live with that. Okay, there you have it, folks. My official weight for today is 280.2 pounds. So I'm okay with it. I was hoping for 279, because when I get under 280, I'm gonna do my happy dance. I'm gonna have a big old party. But the worst part isn't over yet, folks. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness! So it might be a short win, you know. So I have to think of all these strategies. What I'm going to do about it tomorrow. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have any dressing. You know, no cornbread dressing. Probably going to go light on the dessert. Only 3 or 4 slices of pie instead of my usual 8. And because this is Thanksgiving, folks, so everything I do is double. Probably no sugary drinks. I'll focus on what I'm thankful for, and try to avoid anything that will cause me to gain more weight, because I want to go down, not back up. And I'm at the 280 mark, but this is like I should have been there 3 weeks ago. Like, I agree with some of the people in the comments, like, why aren't you losing more weight? And it's because I guess I can't give up some of the foods I like. So the good news is, this is my new lifestyle, right, folks? So, yes, I'm losing weight very slowly, but I'm eating stuff I want to eat. So maybe this is good. Maybe this is the right thing for me. I know people think as much as I weigh that I should be just dropping weight and dropping weight. But what if I'm not? What if I'm really only 60, 70 pounds overweight, folks? What if I'm really not supposed to be 180 or 190? I know the BMI says I should be like 170 because I'm only 5'10", 5'10 and a half. It says 170? There are dogs that weigh more than that. I don't understand how grown men who are 5'10 or more weigh 160 pounds. There are animals that weigh more than that. There are Saint Bernard weighs 250 or something. So you weigh less than a dog. But they think that everyone should be that, because they don't take into account, okay, if we all have the same bones, then how come they can tell who's male and female by your bones? They can tell what race you are by your bones. They can tell what age you are by your bones. But, oh no, we all have the same bones. We should all weigh the same. There's no such thing as being large boned. Well, that's true. There's not large bone, but there is bone density. Unfortunately, bone density only makes about 5 pounds difference in weight. But if you add muscle to that, and then like I have the biggest rib cage you ever done see. And so I'm very large that way. And I have really big legs because I bike ride and all that. Anyway, folks, 280.2 is the official weight for today. I wish it were lower so I could have my party. But we'll wait till after Thanksgiving and see where this goes. Thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure and go to my other website called Mead Music at YouTube at VA Singer. And there I do occasional vlogs, and I'm a songwriter, a singer, a musician, an instrumentalist, and an actor. And I try to put as much as content. Now, on my other channel, my Me Music channel, I'm trying to do sort of a new crossover where I do travel plus music. I feel like that's a great crossover genre. So where I do traveling and showing people new places, but talking about my music at the same time, so they don't get bored either way. And it's a wonderful way to introduce new fans. So actually, when I was little, I wanted to be a travel host on television. But those days are gone. I kind of like, what's his name? His name is Mike Rowe, and he used to be a travel host. Enough pontificating from me, folks. Hope y'all like this video. Hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, folks, say a prayer for someone special today and say a prayer for me over Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.